Hello, my absolutely beautiful Taurus friends, and welcome to your horoscope for July of 2022, where Taurus this month we're going to see not only some really shocking energy, plus some nice action rolling through your particular sign. So get ready to be sweating with the oldies, okay? There's going to be some movement happening this month for sure, but also the fourth house gets big and busy, and there's this energy, Taurus, of like, own it. Be confident in the decisions of your home. Be confident and trust yourself in the expressions of your home, that there are little pieces of drama in your life that you actually do need, because they are about the breaking from the pack and speaking to your own expression. And they are also where you see where your self-worth and self-esteem work has really come in handy, right? Taurus work, that self-esteem, that self-worth, where you're able to stand up confidently with your own nice big backbone and deliver the message, deliver the love, deliver the expressions that you have in your own home zone. So lots to be looking at over that energy. We're also going to see Jupiter go retrograde, and the most important aspect that I think we get, honestly, all year long is we will see Uranus and the North Node come together in a conjunction, and they're doing it in your sign. So Taurus, what I want to say is let's get ready to really move in the direction of your destiny. And no, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it does mean that something in your vibration is ready to move forward, and this is nothing but exciting. So make sure that you're following me, obviously here, like, comment, share, subscribe. Please follow me on Instagram. If you want to go more in depth into astrology with me, you can always join me over on Patreon. All of that is in the description box down below. And if you haven't checked out your latest class from the YouTube Academy Year 2, you can also find that in the description box down below, or it'll be in one of these floaty videos up here as well. All right, Taurus, let's get in here and see what's going on this month. Now, right at the beginning of the month on the 5th, it's a little bit of a busy, energetic day, so I just want you to know that and be prepared, okay? So first and foremost, we are going to see Mars moving into the energy of Taurus. Not always Mars's favorite position to be, because Mars wants to go, get things done, living my best life. And Taurus is like, me too, but we're going to do it at this speed, this pace, right? So not always comfortable. So sometimes in a very physical, energetic way, and you have to weigh this out for yourself. But sometimes with Mars in the energy of Taurus, we can feel pushed, or we can feel like there's a bit of pressure here with the typical speed and burn of Mars in our slower energy field, okay? Now, one of the things that you want to keep in mind while this is in the first house is where you can do well with it is move. So Taurus, where do you need to physically move your body? Physically get some tasks done, like really get your hands dirty in some projects that need to get finished up. Really take care of yourself, take care of your body. Where are you motivated in some way, Taurus, to take yourself to a goal or to get a strategy in place for yourself that equals you successfully achieving something that you desire? Mars, this is a phenomenal use of that particular energy. Now, on the same day, we're going to see Mercury move into the energy of Cancer, okay? So Mercury is of our mind, what we're thinking about, what we're talking about. I'm signing contracts, I'm making decisions. This moves into your third house. So this is going to be writing that book, siblings, short distance travel, you're needing to make some kind of decisions, you're learning something, working on your website. Now remember, Mercury in the energy of Cancer is slowed down just a little bit. It's Mercury in the space of water, so it's not moving as fast or as quickly. So you're slowed down mentally enough to nurture this area a little bit, where you're like, hold on, this is fine, but I think there's more. I think instead of just having all this width, all these topics, all of these decisions, let me get into the depth of some decisions that I need to be making. Let me get into the depth of conversation. Let me get into the depth of this blog post. Let me get into the depth of this contract. Yeah, it looks good, I'm just buying a car, but what's the fine print on the back end, right? Like, think not just width, depth. as we experience Mercury through Cancer. Now, this is going to be a fast trip. Mercury is out of retrograde, so it is whipping zipping through the energy of Cancer. It's going to be out July 19th. So do what you need to with Mercury in this third house, okay? As we get to the 13th, we've got a full moon happening at 21 degrees of Capricorn. Now, this is a fellow earth sign, so a relatively grounded look around at the material things or structures, obligations, and responsibilities in your life, okay? The full moon says that something needs to be ended, acknowledged, or adjusted. So it's shedding all of the light in the sky for you to take a look at what's stopping you from achieving, what's wrong with a structure in some way, or what needs to be released. Now, this is in your 9th house: publishing, marketing, broadcasting, faith, ideas, international travel, things that have to do with the law, immigration, any of these things. You have had some kind of sense of, I have an obligation or I have a responsibility in this area. And this full moon is saying, let's make an adjustment. Let's adjust here because something in alignment with this particular area is not actually in alignment. You know, you got to think the sun is over in the energy of Cancer, the moon is over in Capricorn. There's something in this internal balance, what's in here and what's projecting out into the outside world, that is not actually in alignment. Now, this moon is going to connect with both Mercury and Uranus, and this is new ideas. There's a sense of innovation, I think, that comes to your 9th house area. This could even be that you decide, I don't actually want to study this, or I don't want to study this at this place. I need a different philosophy, I need a different institution, I need a different teacher. Any of these things could be presenting themselves. I also want to say this, because Uranus gets involved. If you're like, I've really been looking to study a particular thing and I couldn't find it, or I couldn't find it at a rate that I could afford it, or whatever that looks like, opportunity could be available for you right here. As we get to the 17th, we're going to see Venus move into the energy of Cancer. So now we've had Mercury blow through here, through that 3rd house area, move some things around, get them all thinking, you're making decisions, you're getting deeper about things. And now Venus is coming in, bringing a harmony, bringing a salve. If there was a hard conversation that maybe you needed to have while Mercury's traveling through Cancer, Venus is coming in. It's quite diplomatic. You're a little bit more cautious with throwing your dollar out of the window. Maybe I don't need to be signed up for as many courses. But at the same time, there's an ease. There's a diplomacy. There's an attracting. Maybe that class you did want to take, now the money is coming through so that you're able to take it. It's pleasure also in the space, Taurus, of your mental life. In your head, in your mind, in your brain. Is there peace, or is this thing on and running you all the time? Venus can bring some slow and some peace to that. In your head-heart alignments where you're telling the truth, you're accessing both pieces of these. This is a long journey. Do you have peace? Do you have some pleasure with your siblings, in your writing, on your website, in the courses you're teaching or taking? Do you have some peace? This is a wonderful energy to attract in the healing salve that Venus brings as her medicine, okay? On the 19th, we see Mercury, done with that Cancer energy, moved into Leo. I'm telling you, it's a fast track now that Mercury's not in retrograde anymore. So as Mercury lights up this Leo area, this is home, family, real estate, property, your parents, your own foundations, psychological foundations, your roots. How did you become you? That's these areas of the 4th house. And as Mercury comes into Leo, it is time for you to start with some confidence, right? Where do you feel confident? Where do you need to express your voice confidently? Here's what I need in my home for me to be comfortable. Here's what I need to share about my voice in my home, in my family, in my body. Are you letting your body speak to you and tell you what it needs from you, with you, right? Treating the body like a partner, not a slave or a servant, Taurus, right? So where is their confidence just lighting up as you are sharing, expressing information in your home zone. Now, this can express itself in a lot of different ways. Does a parent express something to you and you're like, oh, I need to make a decision about that, and here's my decision and I stand behind it? Does your home itself say, oh, I need a repair, and you're going to start having conversations around that? Whatever it is, as we get to the 22nd of the month, we see the sun moving into the energy of Leo as well. So now it's bringing light, heat, life, and motivation. There's an energy, there's a vitality in this fourth house area that is like a renewing, right? You haven't seen the sun in the fourth house like this for a year, for 12 months. So where's the renewal, the confidence, the expression, the little bit of drama? Do you want to color your house? You want to paint it certain colors? For some of you, depending on the aspects, is there something going on in your life that this actually creates a little bit of chaos that needs your attention in the home zone? Whatever it is, the sun's revision to this area of your chart, there is a vitality to help you move through it. Now, just a couple days later on the 28th, we're going to have a new moon in the energy of Leo at 5 degrees. So right in the beginning of that Leo house as well. So the fourth house. At the new moon, we're planting our seeds of intention to begin something new here. The soil is fertile. So what you're planting here, for good or for ill, is what's going to be blossoming. But at this time, in your home, whether it's the relationship with your home, with your city, with your living space, with the body that you live in, the body, yadi, yadi, with your family members, with something personal going on in your own psychological settings, where do you want to make fresh, confident, joyful, beautiful, pleasureful starts here? Where do you want to have a fundamental release of energy to begin an expression in this area that is big, it is grand, it is joyful, and it is confident in the fourth house area of your life? Do you want to move? You want to call in a different property into your life? You want to sell a property? You want a different relationship with your parents? You want a different relationship with your spouse? Put it here. Leo is warm, it is delicious, it is decisive, it is generous, it is affectionate. So if you are missing these things in your life, call them in at this new moon. Now on the 28th, we are also going to see Jupiter step into its retrograde, okay? This is in the energy of Aries. Now, between 8 degrees of Aries and 28 degrees of Pisces is where you're watching this Jupiter retrograde on your chart. Jupiter will move into its retrograde here on the 28th, come out November 23rd, and finish the full cycle of revision when we get to Valentine's Day of 2023. Now, when Jupiter goes retrograde and it's in Aries, so this is your 12th house, the shadow space. You're not showing everybody here, the space of your own undoing, but the space of your dreams, your psychic sense, where when you go to this 12th house and you're honest, you get honest information about what's in alignment. You've got skills, you've got talents, you've got your past over here in the 12th house. As Jupiter takes its retrograde, we're called into a 4-month time, really longer if you count until February, where you're re-evaluating what you thought you knew about this area of your chart. So in your 12th house, are you going back to a dream that you had? Are you going back into your past, Taurus, to say, what's holding me down? What's stopping me from reaching my greatest horizon? In the 12th house, but in Aries, we're also talking about a wound to your identity. What identity is in the past? Like, that Taurus don't even live here anymore, right? Like, are you still living that? Or is there a piece of that Taurus from the past where you're like, hold on, that piece of me is calling through, it's calling me again, and I feel like I've left a piece of me someplace and I'm not quite sure where. What is stopping you from having this new horizon, this new perspective, this new engaging growth and expansion in this area? Jupiter retrograde, you're gonna go back over here and see what's in the way of your development, but also review what has come in between 28 degrees of Pisces and 8 degrees of Aries that you're like, yep, I need to re-look at this. So go back to May 4th of 2022, where Jupiter began its pre-retrograde shadow time at 28 degrees of Pisces. What started to come to your attention? And now as it's retrograde here at 8 degrees of Aries, between the 4th of May and the 28th of July, what's been on your table that you've been reevaluating? This is a good place for you to look, Taurus, okay? Now, as we're closing out the month, this is the aspect. This is the aspect, and I just think it's so profound. We've got transiting Uranus coming into a conjunction with the transiting North Node at 18 degrees of Taurus. So in your sign, this is happening in your first house. So this is a call for you forward. This is a call for you to come out, to be that person, to be that resource. The destiny is asking you to come out and meet the people who need your help. And it's also calling you out to meet your destiny. As Uranus and the North Node come together, Uranus brings that electricity, that I'm going to break through this. We're going to break this down. We have to break it apart because what's here is no longer your genius. So instead it brings this innovative sense of genius with the North Node, which is your destiny, and they come together and you can find yourself around people, places, things, ideas, ideals that break you out of the rut that you were in before, and they show you a real truth about what you need to do to move forward. I think it's absolutely profound. For some people, this will resonate as genuine uncomfortability because you see it and you can never pretend you didn't see it again, and you know it's on the way to your destiny. You know that there's something you've got to break free of, let go, innovate from in order to move forward. For the rest of it, you may feel like it's this surge of, I knew it, let's go, right? This sense of I am ready to go explode out into my world in whatever way this looks for you and move towards this destiny. And in your first house, what is it about? It's about coming into your identity. It's about coming into your own resources and understanding your own self-sufficiency. It's about understanding interdependence instead of codependence in your relationships. It's about being comfortable with ideas of luxury, and whatever that means to you, of wealth, of skills and talent, self-esteem, and self-worth like nobody's business. I mean, this is an absolutely profound time for you. Not only you have the eclipses and the transiting nodes moving through, but then Uranus coming through and saying, that's not working for us. Let's get on with the genius and leave some of this in the past. But sometimes you have to have a breakdown in order to have a breakthrough. So if that's the way that it comes for you or comes at you, or you experience the energy that way, I really want you to take it as change. And change, accepted as change, can be greeted as an opportunity to progress forward. Ooh, so much. I feel like I just got soapbox away. Sorry about that last aspect. All right, my beautiful friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month. Please let me know how these transits are expressing themselves and manifesting in your life and in your chart specifically as we travel through this month. I love you guys a ton. Like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next month. Bye, everybody.